Hi guys, hi, hello, how's it going? How you all doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing my turn and burn update for the month of July, and I have quite a few products that are done in my turn and burn as I see it anyways. There's a couple of them in there that aren't necessarily empty, but I think I gave myself a usage goal on one of them. I do have all of the items listed here, and I'm super happy to dig in with you. This is a Fantastic Ladies collab, and it was originally created by Jessica Lee as part of the Fantastic Ladies and the Fantastic Ladies collab crew, and it is one of the only ones that I'm doing because I cannot keep up with these ladies. They are crazy awesome in their panning journeys, but I am not. So it is a project pan basically wrapped around deluxe and sample size usage. I decided to do it because it really brought back memories of me doing my sample Sundays way back in the day, and I have a ton of samples, so looking to like just fly through them is part of my journey here on this platform. Ultimately, this is how we learn about products that we might want to purchase later, and or maybe products that we already have in our collection, as is the instance of one of these that I haven't even used yet because I don't necessarily know how to use it. But now I've had a sample size in my life and I know how to use it now, where I find that it is useful to my everyday makeup application. So with that said, for those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high and colorful beauty and self-care. I also work as a field leader for Ulta Beauty, so I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education here, but ultimately I'm just out here talking about makeup because I like to talk about makeup, and I'm assuming if you're here, you probably also like to talk about makeup. So please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along for this crazy ride of mine. If you subscribe, please don't forget to let me know down in the comment section so I can welcome you personally. And with that said, let's talk about these makeup products, shall we? So we're going to talk through my turn and burn items, and I still have quite a few that are in here that are not complete yet, but these are also products that I don't know will be complete anytime soon. Honestly, this has been in since January, so I'm thinking about just taking it out. This is the Dream Patch. This is supposed to be for like good sleep. Maybe I'll put it on tonight. I think I say that every turn and burn. I have no idea. These two are hair masks. I won't use a hair mask on my hair until right before I go get my hair done again. And I have two of them in here that I have neglected to use up until this point, so I'm just not sure that they will get used either. And this one has also been in since January. I might just put that into a giveaway. I'm just not sure how that's gonna go. And this one I pulled out and then put back in because I didn't know that I had the activation serums for it when I pulled it out, and then I found the activation serums. And now I, went and got a pedicure when my daughter was here with me in the beginning of June, and just haven't used it yet. So I will likely keep that in, but I'm thinking about pulling these out because they've been in here forever. I might give it one more month. In addition to that, there are several things that I have used but are not empty. So this is the Verb Glossy Shine Spray with heat protectant. I have been using this. I don't use heat on my hair, but it is a really nice like shine spray. It does a really good job of making sure my hair looks and appears shiny and freshly washed, even though I only wash my hair once a week. I guess this one hasn't been used either. This one is the Sunbum face mask, and this one has also been in here since January, so this might be something that I need to just like declutter out of my collection. It's just not often that I use that kind of face mask. I use sheet masks. I just don't use like those kind of face masks. They're just really messy, and I do like most of my skincare in this room. There's not a bathroom in this room, right? No sink, nothing. I just need to take it into the bathroom with me is what needs to happen for my next shower, my next like self-care kind of bath time, and get it used. This I have used a few times. This is the Cure Liqueur. It's a pre-shampoo treatment oil for your hair. And I also haven't used the Fenty Beauty mascara. This is the Full Frontal mascara. It is hella old though, and I did open it up to use it the other day, and it does appear to be a little bit goopy, and I'm not really sure that it's going to be amazing. I will get it at least tried. This one I did use quite a bit. This is the Estee Lauder Nutritious Melting Soft Cream Mask. So this is a face mask that I have been using, but only because it's more like a moisturizer than it is a face mask. The only thing about this is that you do like put it on, put a good healthy layer on, and then leave it on for 5 minutes and then pull it off with like a paper towel. Like you're just supposed to dab your face and take it off with a paper towel. I think it's very strange, but I have been using it. It's less like messy than like this one where you put it on and then you take the whole thing off. In addition to that, I did put my whole Fleur like Discovery kit in here. So there are 8 different fragrances and I haven't tried any one of them yet. So those are the things that are still in that I still need to get either complete or some semblance of use on. Now let's talk about the things that I was able to finish with this. So I do have 2 sheet masks. From everything I can gather, these are not sold anymore. So I do have my notes over here, so I will be looking at my notes. This one is the Aqua Moisture Raccoon face mask, and it is supposed to refine and deeply moisturize your face. And this is what the packaging looks like. And I don't think I said, but this one is by a company called LookAtMe Beauty. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. It fit really well to my face, which I have a fairly large head, so sometimes that is a miss. It had a lot of extra serum in it. My face did feel less tight and more moisture rich after use. Makeup went on beautifully after use and my skin looked bright and youthful, but it had no lasting effects. It's a single use sheet mask. I didn't figure I was going to have any lasting effects from it, but I did enjoy this mask while I was using it. And then this Sur.Medic one was Age Control MultiVita Serum Vitamin C Sheet Mask. This one also fit my face and there was a little bit of overhang, which is again really great. There was enough serum in this one for it to be on my face for about 10 minutes before it started to like dry up. The sheet mask did, and there was not really any extra serum in the packet, so there wasn't any extra that I could like put onto my face or my neck or my décolleté afterwards. I did notice that my face felt good after this, but I didn't really see any long-term effects from it, obviously. Again, a single-use sheet mask. And I honestly did not feel like anything happened other than my face felt good afterwards. Moving on to some of the things that were maybe a little bit more, I got a little bit more usage out of, or thought I was going to get a little bit more usage out of. Let's start with this because this is the product I've had in since March and I hadn't really tried up until this point. This is the Shades by Shan Eye Duo in Honey Beach and Tangerine. This is 2 shades out of a quad that is for sale on their website for $26, which means that this, because these are the full size of those 2 shades, or the same amount of product of those 2 shades in that quad, this is worth $13, which I don't think this is worth $13. These are the 2 shades, and while they look pretty, they are pretty worthless in my humble opinion. They're just kind of ho-hum shades. I don't think there's anything spectacular about them. There's certainly not anything spectacular about the shimmer shade. I mean, I did give myself a 20 times use on this product prior to pulling it out of this turn and burn. I did accomplish 20 uses on this, but it was truly like I used the peachy tone as a blush topper a couple of times. I used it as an inner corner a couple times. I used it as an all over the lid shade a couple times. It just wasn't anything that was super spectacular, to be honest. And I honestly utilized different shadows that I was using at the same time to cover it up. The peachy shade I used a lot as a transition, and that's how I got the uses out of the peachy shade, or the matte shade. I do think that I was able to use it up very, very late in this month. Like, it didn't see its 20 times use until I think yesterday was its last time use. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had it to complete for this project. But this is actually going to be decluttered. There's no reason to keep it in my collection. I do think that my daughter could get some use out of this. It's just nothing that I need to keep. The next thing that has been in here also since March is the Versace Bright Crystal. This was just a little tiny itty bitty like sample size spritzer that I rolled in March. This is a perfume that is $130 for 3 ounces worth of product. So what is in here is worth $1.73. This is just a, you know, I'm a gourmand girl. I think I've said that. I like to smell like a cupcake or a candy, or, you know, something sweet, or it's either super sweet or it's super like savory is what I like. Not like meat, but like, you know, vanilla or caramel or something like that. I guess that's sweet too. This is just really too floral. It's just really too floral for my liking. The top notes in this are yuzu, iced accord, pomegranate. The middle notes are peony, magnolia, lotus flower, and the base notes are acaju, vegetal amber. Literally all flowers. It's all flowers in the notes. So this is definitely not one that I will ever purchase. I did, you know, have a good time while I was using it, but I remember putting it on and thinking later on in the day, boy, you smell like gross. Like, I couldn't even stand the smell of myself with it on me because it was just so floral. And I don't even like bouquets of flowers myself, so it was just too much. It was too much for me. So definitely not one that I will ever purchase. And if I ever get it in gratis, it will definitely not live in my collection for very long. The next thing I have, I was actually super excited about. It is the Naked Cosmetics lip scrub that I had in here. And this actually is the full size on their website. I was able to finish it entirely. I did not like this lip scrub. I would not repurchase this lip scrub. This was full size, $11.99. This is a full size version. It claims to have oils that help to moisturize as it is exfoliating, but I felt this did not do anything for moisturization of my lips. It was very thick and a bit harder than any other lip exfoliants that I have, which really felt like it was tearing up my lips versus moisturizing and exfoliating my lips. I didn't love it. I did use it, but I ended up actually using the rest of it that was left after my last update on my elbows and my feet because I could not handle this on my lips. The next thing I have is this, and this is the Becca Ignite Liquified Light Highlighter, and this one is in the shade Passion. And I don't have a price point for you guys because we all know Becca no longer exists, but this was so pretty. And I actually have a full size one of these Liquified Light highlighters in my regular collection that I haven't even used. I'm embarrassed to say that it's been in my collection for quite some time, but I do think that, you know, I'm gonna do diligence, do some checking on it. I don't know if it's even any good anymore, but this was so beautiful as a primer. Honestly, I put it all over my face underneath my foundation. That's how I got it out of this like section of my collection so quickly. I rolled it in April So in April, I think I had used it like 3 times as like a highlighter and knew I was going to get nowhere with it as a highlighter because you literally only had to use the smallest amount of this to get any kind of like real impact to your makeup look. So I started using it all over my face underneath my foundations and I loved it. Hands down, best way to wear this. If you guys have like a liquid highlighter in your collection that you are not using as much as you thought you might, this is a great way to use it because it really did a service to whatever foundation I was putting on top of it. Just looked so glowy and so beautiful without being greasy, but did transfer everywhere on its own. So it literally went everywhere on its own, and there was a little bit of a cast to it because I think that that shade was maybe just too dark for me. It is blinding in concentrated application, but you could sheer it out if you wanted to. Those are the notes I have on that. So the next 2 things I have in here are these guys, and this is like an Hourglass Veil Hydrating Skin Tint, just like little pocket bubble sampler. And I have to be honest with you, I didn't have enough of this to really determine whether I thought that this was a good product or not. The notes I have on this is did not have enough for a full face of any one color. What I did get from this created a really, really sheer wash of makeup, and you guys can't tell, but I did use these 3, and I also used this one on my face. I didn't use these 2. I guess I could have used this one as like a contour and this one is like a bronzer, but there's literally hardly anything in these. Like with these in lipstick, you get enough for like 50 applications of lipstick, truly, but there is not enough in here to do anything with your face to really come up with a substantial thought process on how you feel about this product. So this is a product that I think that I would love, but it is a product that I didn't have enough of, so I can't give you my thoughts on it. Overall, my thoughts are there is not enough in this shade range. It is available in 18 shades, and I do feel like, you know, I was able to use 4 on my face and come up with some semblance of normalcy to the tint of my skin. But I mean, ultimately there's only 3 dark shades, and I feel like that's a sin. I do think that we all know this to be true from Hourglass in the first place, so I'm not going to stand on that mountain, but it's ridiculous that there can't be a bigger shade range with 18 shades in that. The second one I had was this Urban Decay Face Bond. And, you know, truth be told, I was really excited about this. I felt like they gave us a ton at FLC to really give me some indication of whether I was going to like this or not. But when I opened this up and tried to get product out of it, there was literally enough in here to coat the walls and make it look full, but it literally just had less than probably what was in one of these in the bottom of this. It didn't give me enough to have an ample amount of product to even coat one side of my face, let alone my whole face. And that's discouraging, because if you want me to try your product and you're going to put it in a vial like this, give me enough that I can use this product so that I can speak to our guests about it, because that is the whole reason why you were given this to us, was so that we could speak to our guests about it. Or don't. Like this, there wasn't enough in here. There literally was not enough in here to even do my under eyes, if I'm honest with you. I know that when I put it under my under eyes, even mixing it with another product, I think I mixed it with one of the shades in this Hourglass, even then it appeared super dry on my skin. And it's good that I got enough of it and put it in a place where I knew I was going to be able to make a decision based on how it laid in that area, because if it's dry on my under eyes, it's not going to be a great foundation for me overall, because my whole face is dry, just not just my under eyes. And I put you know, eye cream on my under eyes a lot, so they're actually maybe a little bit more moisture rich than the rest of my face, to be honest. That said, it was so dry on my under eyes. It made them look crepey and about 900 years old. So this is also not a product that I would purchase, and I'm honestly really disappointed in the fact that they gave us so little. I couldn't apply it to my full face. The next thing I have in here is a product that I opened up, I used a couple times, and I'm actually not empty, but not going to use either. This is so gross. So this is the Mirad Environmental Shield. This is like a vitamin C multivitamin clear coat, broad spectrum, SPF 30. Like when I hear clear coat, I automatically think of fingernail polish, but this is a product that is $88, right? Yeah, $88 for 2.7 ounces. I'm super glad that I got to use it in this because my skin loves vitamin C. And this little vial here is $10.76 worth of product that I'm going to give to somebody else because this was so slippery, so silicone based. It felt so greasy on my skin. It reminded me of a worse version of how I feel about the Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen. It was so greasy. It felt like I had slathered my whole face in Vaseline and then tried to put makeup over the top. It was awful. It was so gross. So I am actually not going to keep this. This will not be something that I ever use again on my skin. So that will be also decluttered. Maybe I'll give it away to my sister, my mom, my daughter, somebody who is not trying to slather a whole bunch of makeup on their face but needs sunscreen, and whose skin gets along with vitamin C very well, because that's just not something that I will ever use again. My skin felt so greasy. The next thing I have in here is this, and this is the MAC Cleanse Off Oil, and I don't think that you can purchase this anymore. And the reason why I say that is because I couldn't really find it sold anywhere. So I gave it just a flat like $2 like value in my empties collection. It was really nice though. I had a really good time with it. It was a cleanser that didn't feel like it left behind an oily residue. It wasn't one that I felt like this stuff. I don't love using this kind of product to take off my eye makeup because I feel like the separation of oil and water, I feel like I can feel that on my skin afterwards, and I don't feel like this felt like that, even though it's a cleanse off oil that you have to shake before use, and it definitely had that like biphase like kind of thought process in taking off your eye makeup. I didn't feel like it left behind a residue is where I'm going with this. It takes even harder shades to remove off. Even the ones that leave behind stains, I felt like this took off very well. Like at the time that I was utilizing this, I was using the Milk Cosmetics Halloween and Christmas Town palettes as my palette roulette, and I feel like I didn't have any problems removing some of those deeper shades, some of those more pigmented shades that would typically leave behind a stain, like the greens and the red. It's a shame that that is no longer something that you can purchase. I also have this as something that I'm going to pull out of here because it's almost gone. I've used it quite a few times, but I actually quite love this and would consider purchasing a full size of this. This is a Sephora cream lip stain, and it goes on much like a liquid lip does, but it never like dries down like a liquid lip, and when you pull it off, it sticks around for a little bit on your skin. Like it doesn't leave behind like a stain, but I don't know how to explain it. This is the shade of it, and it is truly My Lips But Better. Like when I first tried it, I thought, this isn't gonna work for me because that is more like a concealer lip for me, but this is after taking it off. It leaves just a smidge bit of resemblance that there has been you know, some kind of color on your lips. So it's not like a stain that's going to stick around forever, to be honest, but it is a stain that doesn't wear away on your lips in a way that looks awful at the end of the day. Sometimes, you know, lipstick wears away and it doesn't look great. I really feel like this was super comfortable to wear, really easy to put on, and I love the shade of it, to be honest. What is very sad for me is that the notes that I have on this is the shade is no longer available as far as I can tell. It's $15 for this, and I felt like it was a really good lip product. I don't need another lip product. I need another lip product like I need another hole in my head, but I would consider purchasing this in a full size if they had this shade, because I loved this shade so much. And it was really super comfortable to wear. And I love the fact that it wore away beautifully and left semblance of color still on my lips as it wore away. The last thing that I pulled in through this platform or through this video is this, but I do have two other items that were in my to-go bag that I'd like to, that I finished, that I'd like to like just really speak about. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. And I am really sad to say that I absolutely love this. Why am I sad to say that? Because listen, she was at her conference, and listening to her talk about this really turned me off to even wanting to try it, if I'm honest with you. But also, this is so fucking expensive. What I'm okay with right now is that I got 2 full size in gratis at FLC, so I have 2 full size to use. But after that, I'm just not sure that I will purchase this. So there's that. Listen, this was really nice. There's $13 worth of product in this little tiny dude right here, because this full size is $65 for 1 ounce of moisturizer. With that said, this is so much thicker than I anticipated it would be, but just melts into the skin and is so, so beautiful on the skin. I felt a difference in the moisturization of my skin immediately. And with consistent use, because I used this until it was gone consistently for a week, like my skin looked healthier, looked plumper. Like I felt like the fine lines that I do have on my face had disappeared. Like it was so, so good, and I will continue to use it and maybe even purchase more. Like I am so disappointed that I loved this as much as I did. So with that said, she was at our conference and she got up on stage and was talking, and I like Charlotte Tilbury a lot. I like most of her products. I do not like her eyeshadows, we all know that, but most of her products I do love. Her skincare, her, you know, base makeup, her face makeup, I've had a really good time with. She said something about the production of this and walking up to people and people saying to her, I use magic cream every day, and how she could tell whether a person used magic cream every day or not, whether they were lying to her about their usage of it based on how their makeup looked on their face. And that immediately turned me off, because I was like, so like their makeup looks like poop unless they're using magic cream? That doesn't make any sense. At the same time, I understand she's a brand owner and she wants to make sure that she embodies her brand, sure, but my makeup, I didn't use magic cream every single day. I don't use magic cream every single day, and my makeup looks not like poop every single day. So with that said, I do love this product, and I will probably use the 2 that I have in my collection and then decide whether I'm going to purchase more as my everyday moisturizer. It was really nice. I would say that there's probably other moisturizers out there that you could buy that are going to be just as nice to your skin, but my skin loved this product. So the 2 that I'm going to talk about that were in my go bag that I didn't roll in with you, but I have used up since having these that filter into my deluxe or sample size items, because that is what goes into my go bag, is this Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. I love Dermalogica Pre-Cleanse. This is kind of like an oily cleanser. I use it pretty much every day as my first cleanse. I love this. It is like oily and kind of like minty scented, makes your skin feel really good and energized, but also doesn't burn your eyes. I put it all over my face. I cleanse everything on my face with it. It takes off almost every bit of makeup and definitely breaks down even the makeup that it doesn't take off into a reasonable place where you are able to take it off. I don't feel like I pull and tug at my skin. With this product, I can literally put it onto a cotton pad and put it onto my eyes and just wiggle my eyes a little bit and then pull the pad off and most of my makeup is gone. The only thing that I would say that this has a tough time breaking down is waterproof makeup and mascaras. But I use this as a first cleanse, so that's not a problem for me because I do 2-step cleansing every single day. This was in my go bag. This is currently empty. This lasted me forever. For a full-size product of this, it's $77 for 10 ounces of product. There's 1.05 ounces in here. So this product was $8.09 worth of Dermalogica pre-cleanse. And I do think that $77 for the 10 ounces of cleanser from Dermalogica, the pre-cleanse from Dermalogica, is well worth the money. I think that it is a wonderful cleanser. Then I had this Drunk Elephant Egg Glowy. This is the Egg Glowy Meritinol oil. I don't know how to say that. This is a $72 item for 1 ounce of product. I did like this. It is a mild like retinol product that also has things in it like marula oil and ceramide. So it really has everything in it to really help your skin out, right? In addition to that retinol piece. This does help your skin look really resurfaced with consistent use, and it does do its due diligence to help block in moisture also with due diligence. Because it was in my go bag, I use it for 3 or 4 days at a time, and then it stays in my go bag, and then I bring it back out when I'm out of town all over again. So I wasn't using this like super consistently. I don't know that it's a product that I would purchase wholeheartedly. I do think that I have a full size back there in stuff that I've received in gratis. I would probably pull it out and use it just if for no other reason for the retinol piece to it. I did like it. It was fine. Would I suggest it to somebody who's looking for a really easy retinol to use? Absolutely. I also think that it does a really good job of not only, you know, having that easy to use retinol, but also having products within it also to help lock in moisture in your face. So you're getting that sloughing off piece that is important for aging skin specifically with the retinol piece, but you're also getting a lock-in of them pulling moistures out of the air to help your skin still remain like looking good. You're not going to get that flakiness that you get with a retinol as it is sloughing your dead skin off your face. This is $11.52 worth of product in that little tiny dude. I mean, I have a lot of dollars worth of product sitting in front of me that I've just finished. So 2 items I'm going to use the rest of and then get them out of here. I just wanted to go over them with you today. 2 items are being decluttered because this one is going too. I'm not going to use the rest of that. And then we have 11 products that we used entirely that are leaving through Turn and Burn. I'm happy to have some makeup empties in here as well. Let me go pull some new products for Turn and Burn and I will be right back. Okay, I have to be honest, I don't have very much in terms of makeup samples anymore except for mascaras. There's a couple other little things in there. We're gonna go with mostly skincare this time because that's what I have. The one and only thing that I pulled from my makeup box is this little tiny MAC Fix Plus, only because it's super cute and I think it would be a joy to stick that into my go bag, and I just don't know how long that means it's going to last as far as like being on my list goes, because you guys I have told you I utilize my go bag only when I go out of town. So we're going to pull in this Dr. Dennis Gross Hyaluronic Marine Do It Right Eye Gels. We're going to pull in this Chanel Numero Un cream. I think this is a moisturizer. And then we have this Peter Thomas Roth Cucumber Gel Mask. This is a detoxifying mask. I'm going to pull in this Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. We're going to pull in this Lancome Genifique Night Cream. We're going to pull in this Mario Badescu Brightening Mask with vitamin C. We're going to pull in this Dermalogica Sound Sleep Cocoon. Transformative Night Gel Cream, so it's a night cream also. We're gonna pull in this Drunk Elephant TLC from Boo's Glycolic Night Serum. Boy, I have a lot of like night creams in here. We're gonna pull in this Kanuka CBD Healing Skin Balm. I think that this will be amazing for like my hands and my elbows and stuff. And then I do have 3 sheet masks. I'm pulling in 2 PM masks from Meg, and these are to nourish and moisturize. And then I'm pulling in this one from BioBell, which is a primer sheet mask. And I never buy sheet masks, so these all came from Ipsy at some point in times, or BoxyCharm, I guess. But that's it, you guys. That's it. That's all I got for you. I'm really sad that I don't have any like really makeup samples. I'm gonna have to go through the samples that are in my box, because a lot of what is currently in my makeup samples box I have used before in the past, and maybe I'll put them all into like a little goodie bag and put them into a giveaway. Who knows? But I'm gonna also go through all my skincare samples too, because I know that there's a lot in there that I have used before or will not use. I also have a lot of hair stuff, but I have 2 hair masks in here that I haven't used yet, so we're not gonna pull any of those in until I'm in a place where I can use them. And I don't use like regular shampoos and conditioners on my hair, so I don't know. I might go through the samples that I have, and that might determine the future of this video on my channel. But I feel like I've got a lot here that I've never used before, and that makes me happy. So with that said, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you and yours are doing well. I hope that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best you can. I hope that you are all loving each other, being kind humans, and just having the best day. And until next time, bye friends.